Hello, and welcome to yet another completely unprofessional unboxing. Scott here, and still off camera as the skin tag removal on my face continues to heal. And we are here with another acquisition. In fact, this is going to be another Runequest acquisition, but this one is more classic Runequest, as you will soon find out. And it's something that myself personally, I am not familiar with, but any Runequest or Glorantha aficionado from back in the day, or maybe even recently, if you've had a chance to either play or experience this one, will be familiar with. And it is one that is widely popular, and hopefully as I go through it and get a first impression of it, we'll find out why. So, without further ado, we have the trusty Coleman camping steak knife here, back in effect, and we are, oh God, I don't know how many years, but still, one day, there will be blood if I'm not careful. So let's see. And especially with these, the United States Postal Service boxes, the glue on here is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, in fact, this one's coming off relatively easily, so I don't know if this has been reused or what. But, okay, really didn't need the knife too much there. So continuing onward, we will go ahead and see about getting this acquisition out. So as I pull it forth, just want to make sure there's no personal information on there. There we are. And it's already somewhat revealed, so let's remove the bubble wrap as we take a gander as to what we have here. Right, so what is this? Excuse me. Well, what this is Runequest Borderlands. It is a very popular campaign from back in the day, a Runequest campaign in 7 scenarios, authored by a variety of talented people. And it is widely regarded from those whose opinions that I respect as probably the absolute best Runequest campaign that there has ever been. Some people may have difference of opinions on these, and that's fine. I mean, I myself have never played it or read it, so I couldn't say. But I mean, these are comments coming from not just a couple people, but from hundreds and hundreds of people who say that this is the absolute best out there. Probably a toss up between this and Pavis, but each to their own, as they say. So let's go ahead and flip this over, see what it says. Okay. Excuse me. It's very dry out here in California today, and the allergy season is picking up. So, as stated, a Runequest campaign in 7 scenarios. You bet. You bet a lot when you left home and went adventuring. You can hold your own with a sword, and you knew your way around some of the not-so-nice local hotspots. But you weren't prepared to be called stranger, and you've never actually seen a troll. You skirmished and fought pitched battles, your skills and confidence grew. Now the jobs for hired swords are few, and though you're still hungry for glory and riches and honor, right now you'd settle for a meal. Fortunately, good men are needed to help civilize a new domain. That may mean steady meals and reliable friends for a hungry, lonely mercenary. 7 scenarios of varying complexity will test his skill and wits. His abilities to fight, guard, investigate, and explore will be crucial to his success. If he survives, he will be well-seasoned, ready for anything in Glorantha. This campaign scenario pack provides everything needed to referee a Runequest campaign along the River of Cradles, a fertile valley separating the devastation of Vulture's country and the wretched chaparral of Prax. This campaign is intended for intermediately skilled characters. Background, history, and regional details are included. The employer, the different tribal peoples in the area, the creatures and monsters, from ducks to dinosaurs, worldly vicious to wraiths, and area-sized magic items, or area-specific. Apologies. The encounters book is sizable, including the Deadly Eternal Battle, a time warp holdover from the Gods' War. So, published 1982. So yes, this is classic Glorantha. So, a little bit of history over this. Yes, this is a box set, which I'll open in just a moment. But It is one that, like most box sets from classic RPGs, can be a little pricey, especially depending on how complete they are and how good a shape they are in. But like all things, as far as my acquisitions go, I tend to avoid the high-priced or overly priced items that are out there, as they tend to be ridiculous and quite honestly, unaffordable. You really shouldn't waste your money on such things. But this one I did, like so many other things, I got for a deal, and it's one that I couldn't ignore. So, but to be fair, this and other classic RuneQuest campaigns and books can be purchased for reprint on chaosium.com on their website, and for a very, very, very reasonable price. The only downside, of course, is, it's a complete book, and likewise, the maps don't come with it. The maps are reprinted, but they're segmented off. But that being said, if you did purchase a reprint of Borderlands and you went out and, took the high definition files that are going to come with it, and you reprint these maps locally, whether it be at, Staples or wherever, it's still going to be infinitely less expensive than trying to acquire the box set proper, unless you're lucky enough to find a deal. So that's the primary reason why I have the box set and not the reprint. So let's take a look at what's inside. So as stated, there's a variety of books inside of here. We have the Referee's Handbook. We have the Referee's Encounter Book. We have a very nice map. There's going to be some additional information along with handouts for both the GM and the players. As you can tell here, what's in this box. We'll just kind of set that aside. And like with the old box sets, we do have a little postcard insert that usually details information about how you bought the game, or if you'd like to know more information, which is always fun to see, nostalgia purposes. We have scenarios here, Scenario 1, Scenario 2, Scenario 3, there we go, Scenario 4, 5, 6, and finally 7. So let's see, according to what's in the box, so we do have the 7 scenarios. Just, side note, I did contact the person selling this to verify that this was complete, and they guaranteed that it was. So yes, we have 2 referee booklets, 7 separately bound scenarios, a 17 by 22 regional map, player aids, and inserts. Fantastic. So yeah, it looks complete. All right, so the credits for this for Borderlands, the concept by Greg Stafford, coordinated by Steve Perrin, art direction by Lynn Willis, additional materials by Sandy Peterson, and we've got the map from Yurik Chodak, and layout and production, Lynn Willis, Charlie Crank, and we have a variety of other people as we go down the list. So yes, a very illustrious assortment of creatives here. So you kind of know, even though it is a classic game from back in the day, you can kind of assume just with the amount of people involved and their notoriety that this is still something that is relevant and something that should be quite a bit of fun to run today. And the good thing is, like most things BRP related, there really shouldn't be too much effort if you wanted to run this in the current version, Runequest, Roleplaying, and Glorantha, as opposed to the older version. Not many hoops to jump through to enjoy this campaign. So just taking a look further, we'll just kind of put these back in here, but one thing I'm going to take a look at is the map. And that's the big thing for me in box sets are, as much, there's several reasons why, I enjoy box sets and other people enjoy box sets. And one of the things is being able to have an actual usable map and one that's separate. I do appreciate that some game books do provide maps as a perforated tear out in the book. But I mean, for me, there's always a chance it's going to tear. It never really comes out properly. And there's also the added possibility of it getting lost, as it's simply stored within a book. And then it can slip out, it can be lost, it can be misplaced. Whereas within a box set, everything is, can be returned to a nice and neat, secure location. So as you can see by this map that, the campaign takes place over a large area here. Again, I'm not familiar with it. I am nowhere near a gloranthophile that holds any sort of credit that could comment on this. But as you can see, it is expansive, and that the fact that the scenarios are conveniently divided between seven different stapled several different stapled scenarios that you can focus on one thing at a time and work your way through it without having to take everything out of the box at once. And then, as stated, there's 2 referee books. We have the encounter book, and we have the referee's handbook. So I'm just going to take a quick look inside of here. Just move the box over a little bit. And so here's the primary credits. I'll just, go over them again. We've got John E. Boyle, Urek Chodak, Tony Fiorito, Lisa Free. I don't know if that's Lisa Free Reed Hoffman or Lisa Free and then Reed Hoffman. There's no comma. Rudy Kraft, Steve Perrin, Sandy Peterson, Ken Ralston, Greg Stafford, Lynn Willis, and Elizabeth Wolcott. So again, as stated, a lot of those names may ring a bell for several people, both old and young. All right, so here we are. We've got the general foreword. Included are 7 connected tales designed for player character participation. Background data and other information to assist the referee will be found in this book and in the Companion Encounters book. The 7 scenarios are enclosed as separate items. The combination of data, motivations, and rationales will assist the referee in running a short campaign game, allowing player characters to interact with locations between games as well as during the adventure sessions. It is presumed that one referee and several players will be present. Mixed group of characters will work best for the scenarios. An ideal party will include 4 to 6 medium power characters of 35% to 70% skills average, 1 to 2 beginning characters, and a single skills master to lead the party. Such proportions will vary as the players do, but the relative power of such a group should indicate the median around which this product can be enjoyed as fully as possible. Too weak a party will result in many failed expeditions. Too strong will thrash the foes unrealistically easily. Balance. Balance is good sometimes. All right, so we've got the first book going over the campaign, a general synopsis of the overview of play, a history of the region, which again deals primarily with the area around the River of Cradles. And then carrying on, prominent features within the area. We've got a Duke in his household, Duke Rouse of Roan. I don't know if he is your patron, essentially hiring you for this expedition, but it's safe to assume so. Terms and finances for the characters, employment, the mercenary contract here, and then we have the contract regarding rations. We have a copy of the mercenary contract of Rouse, Duke of Roan. I didn't see if there was a handout for that in the box, but maybe we'll take a look. And carrying on. So then dealing with the peoples of the campaign, the Agamori, or Agamorai. And then dealing with their various taboos and religions. We have brew. We have brew involved here, along with the history of the brew, their habitat and ecology. Looks like there's ducks also included here. The Morocanth, also highlighted. It looks like you'll be encountering them here, including newtlings and tusk riders. And then continuing on, we have treasures that are involved. Quite an assortment here. And a brief bestiary. And as I said, there's dinosaurs included here, and I can see some familiar ones, along with whirlvishes. I'm not sure what those are. Wraiths, and so on. Other descriptions and rules. So we have spirit cults, and then likewise the cult of the river horse. Dealing with river traffic, the frog woman cult. On using nets. So I assume, fishing might be part of the campaign if you like, maybe as an alternative rule, and air and water fighting. So, and we've got the Prax map scale, so dealing with the area nearby. So here we have, where is it located? Okay, right here. It looks like this is primarily located. So it's south of Pavis and Big Rubble, and to the east of the Block and Bigglestone. And then, so yeah, even for me, I mean, as I again, I still consider myself somewhat of an initiate and a pleb when it comes to Glorantha and Runequest as far as the lore and locations, because there's a lot, but this area at least is somewhat recognizable to me. And then we've got some pre-rolled characters you can utilize. Fantastic. All right, and then the second book, we have the Encounter book. We've got Guide to the Encounters. We've got a variety of wandering monsters. We've got sets of Ankylosaurs, Agamori. So it looks like you've got different versions of them to roll up, so you can use them as you need. And we've got someone actually played it. We've got a little bit of writing here in the corner for the Bison Riders. The Brew, yes. Oh, and they're in pencil, great. So I can't erase it if I want. Centaurs, Cliff Toads, Deinonychus. Dragon is mentioned along within the Eternal Battle. Hyenas, Hylama Riders, Impala Riders, Moracanth Slavers, Moracanth Tribe, Newtlings and Rhino Riders, Sable Riders, Sartar Bandits, Tigers, Trachodons, Trascars, Triceratops, and Vultures and Condors, and then ending with Whirl Vishes. So yeah, I mean, a wide variety, a wide variety of encounters to make it interesting. And just out of curiosity, I just want to take a quick look at the handouts again. So along with the map, let's see here. Yeah, so the mercenary contract is there. Along with information on what you've learned in Pavis. And then it looks like another copy of it. Interesting. Okay. I think the assumption is you were going to cut this in half and maybe have at least 2 to share amongst your players, which, nope, not going to happen. That will be a copy or a printout. We have an actual handout of what looks to be a hand-drawn map, which is probably useful for the game. And I'm just going to go ahead and read the title of the adventures. I'm not going to go through them, but you start off with Scouting the Land. Scenario 2 is going to be Outlaw Hunt. Scenario 3, Jezra's Rescue. Scenario 4, Revenge of Muria. Scenario 5, Five Eyes Temple. And Five Eyes Temple is thicker than the other ones. Scenario 6, we have Condor Crags. And that one's actually relatively light. And then finally, Scenario 7, To Giant Land! ! So there you go. So yeah, this is again considered one of the most famous and popular campaigns out there for RuneQuest. But it is not behind a collector's paywall, as stated. Chaosium, you can again pick up a copy of this, reprinted, and all of these things that all the handouts and everything, easily reprinted at home. I mean, except for the map, unless you've got a nice, large form printer. Otherwise, I would imagine I'm going to go out on a limb and say to reprint that specific map, because I printed quite a few things at Staples. To reprint that map to make it the same size and usable, depending on the quality of paper, and if you want to laminate it or whatever the case may be, it's going to run you anywhere from $9 to $15. So very affordable to avoid the collector's pricing for some of these things. But of course, you don't get a nice, convenient, well-organized box to go with it. But hey, you can get your own box too. So there you have it. This has kind of been a 2-part back-to-back unboxing of Runequest related items. We've got something new and something old. I don't have anything else from Runequest coming, so I don't have anything blue. Carrying on with the with what you need to get married, but I think these will do. And again, this is something that I'm looking forward to reading, get into. Just briefly looking at it, it doesn't look like it's an overly complicated read. Those pamphlets, even though they're a few pages long, they do have a variety of details within, but leaving it somewhat open-ended to allow for your player characters to have their own personalized experience, as most traditional sandbox type campaigns can be, which it being localized to a singular area makes it a lot easier to, I want to say, kind of contain certain things and make the most of the area that you're in, as opposed to other larger world spanning sandbox campaigns, like Masks of Nyarlathotep. That one is is a lot of fun, but a lot more unwieldy in its aspect, and a lot more to read too. So there you go. This has been yet another quick, less than 30 minutes, completely unprofessional unboxing. I do appreciate you taking your time to watch this with me. And I look forward to more coming soon. The summer is coming. My kids will be on summer break, as will my wife, and we will have more time for that. And rest assured, my wife still promises to provide me her time to go over her art critique for a lot of the classic artists that seems like I have been promising for half a year now. But she is a very, very busy woman and educator, and her time is a lot more precious than than pandering to my needs to make an RPG YouTube video. But those will be coming soon also. And likewise, if you'd like to take a moment and listen to my podcast that I co-host with Keith from Rolling Boxcars, Titterpigs, that would be fantastic too. There's a new video that just dropped regarding virtual tabletops. We have more interviews coming. We also have another actual play of Burn 2D6 that we're going to be playing in. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of things, spinning a lot of plates here. So I'm just glad that I have the time to start doing some more of these videos again. Well, there you go. Again, I appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day, and happy gaming.